The coaching profession has reached an important crossroads. Over the past decade, coaching has evolved from an emerging profession into a recognised catalyst for leadership, well-being, organisational performance and personal transformation. The demand for coaching has never been greater, but neither have client expectations. Today's clients don't simply want motivation, they want measurable outcomes. They don't want someone to tell them what to do. They want a thinking partner who can help them to create lasting behavioural change. And perhaps most significantly, they're becoming far more discerning about who they trust. As we move through 2026, the coaches who will thrive won't necessarily be the loudest on social media or the ones with the largest following. They'll be the professionals who combine evidence-based practice with exceptional human connection, continuous learning, and ethical leadership. Here are the trends that are defining the future of coaching. 1. Coaching is becoming increasingly evidence-based. One of the most significant shifts in the profession is the growing demand for coaching approaches grounded in science rather than opinion. So clients are starting to ask better questions. What methodology do you use? Why does it work? And what's the evidence behind it? Research from the International Coaching Federation, the ICF, continues to demonstrate that coaching improves goal attainment, resilience, communication, and well-being. Meanwhile, developments in neuroscience, positive psychology, and behavioural science are providing coaches with deeper understanding of how sustainable change occurs. Rather than relying solely on intuition, leading coaches are integrating evidence-based and informed disciplines such as neuroscience, positive psychology, behaviour change science, emotional intelligence, NLP when taught ethically and responsibly, cognitive and solution-focused coaching approaches. Science doesn't replace the coaching relationship, it actually strengthens it. And clients are increasingly valuing coaches who can explain why an approach works and not just that it works. Number 2, AI will change coaching, but it won't replace coaches. Artificial intelligence has become one of the biggest conversations in coaching and certainly in our AI in Coaching certification program. AI can summarise sessions, it can analyse language patterns, it can generate reflective questions, it can even simulate coaching conversations. But here's what AI cannot replicate: human presence, trust, empathy, intuition, ethical judgment, the ability to notice what isn't being said. Now, according to the World Economic Forum, the skills most valued in the future workplace include empathy, emotional intelligence, resilience, critical thinking, and leadership. Now, these are all inherently human capabilities. Ironically, as technology advances, human connection becomes more valuable. The future isn't AI versus coaches, it's AI supporting coaches to spend less time on administration, marketing, running of the business, and more time hosting transformational coaching conversations. Number 3, coaching is expanding beyond performance. For many years, coaching was associated primarily with executive leadership and business performance. And today, clients are bringing so much more into the coaching conversation. They're talking about stress, they're talking about their identity, they're talking about confidence and their purpose and emotional well-being. They're exploring topics like burnout, menopause, life transitions. And research from Deloitte and Gallup continues to highlight the significant impact of workplace well-being on engagement, productivity, and retention. This means that coaches are increasingly supporting the whole person, not simply helping someone to achieve goals, but helping them become the person capable of achieving those goals sustainably in the long term. The most effective coaches understand the intersection between mindset, emotions, behaviour, and performance. Number 4, the coaching industry is becoming more professional, and that's really important. The barriers to calling yourself a coach remain relatively low. The expectations of clients, however, are rising rapidly. Organisations are becoming more selective and private clients are becoming more informed. Professional accreditation is increasingly seen as a marker of credibility, ethical practice, and commitment to ongoing development. The International Coaching Federation's Global Coaching Study estimates the coaching profession continues to grow worldwide, both in practitioner numbers and market value. Now, growth brings opportunity, but it also brings responsibility. Professional coaches are differentiating themselves through accredited qualifications, ongoing coaching supervision, and continuous professional development. They're also focusing a lot more around ethical practice, particularly with the advent of AI, and measurable coaching outcomes. The future really does belong to coaches who view coaching as a profession and not simply a business opportunity. Number 5, clients want transformation, not information. Information has become abundant. It's everywhere, especially with AI, and transformation remains rare. Clients can access thousands of podcasts, YouTube videos, books, and AI-generated advice in seconds. Yet so many people still struggle to create lasting change. Why? Because knowing what to do isn't the same as doing it. Behavioural science consistently shows that awareness alone rarely changes behaviour. Transformation requires reflection, it requires accountability, practice, feedback, support. And this is really where skilled coaching creates value that information alone cannot. The future coach isn't someone with all the answers. They're someone who helps their clients discover better questions, deepen their insights into what makes them tick, why they're doing what they're doing, how they're doing what they're doing. Number 6, assessments and data are becoming part of the coaching conversation. So another emerging trend is the growing use of validated assessments and diagnostic tools like our ICF-accredited Mindset Dimensions report. So rather than beginning coaching with assumptions, coaches are increasingly using assessments to create greater self-awareness and establish measurable baselines for the coaching experience. And when used appropriately, diagnostics can help clients to understand their thinking patterns, their motivational drivers, their strengths, their blind spots, and their leadership capability, as well as their mindset preferences. Now, of course, assessments should never replace coaching conversations, but instead they enrich them by providing another lens through which clients can understand themselves. Data and human insight work best when combined together to really enhance that understanding, self-awareness, and conversations themselves. Number 7, lifelong learning is becoming a competitive advantage. Perhaps the biggest difference I'm seeing between average coaches and exceptional coaches is their commitment to continual growth. The best coaches never stop learning. They never stop being students. They invest in supervision. They seek feedback. They study emerging research. They learn across disciplines and they challenge their own thinking. The coaching profession is evolving too quickly, I think, for anyone to rely on knowledge they gained 5 or 10 years ago. Clients really do deserve coaches whose learning evolves alongside the changing world. As John Whitmore famously said, coaching is unlocking people's potential to maximize their own performance. And the same principle applies to coaches themselves. That ongoing development is so important. So the future of coaching is more human than ever. It's easy to become distracted by trends, technology, and new methodologies. Yet the future of coaching isn't really about any of these. It's about helping people to navigate an increasingly complex world with greater clarity, resilience, and purpose. The coaches who will lead the profession over the next decade will combine scientific rigor with genuine humanity. They'll embrace innovation without losing the essence of coaching. They'll understand behaviour without trying to control it. And they'll create spaces where people feel deeply heard, challenged, and empowered to think differently. Because while the tools of coaching will continue to evolve, one truth remains unchanged. People don't transform because someone gives them better advice. They transform because someone helps them to see new possibilities within themselves. And that's always been the power of coaching, and it will continue to define its future.